Integrations are a key part of using Microsoft Teams, whether it be connectors, productivity suite applications, or third-party apps. But today, we're going to talk about MS Planner. MS Planner is very quickly turning into an application that is tending to be a must-have within the Microsoft Teams community. You can access it from within Teams or from within your Office 365 hub, but how are integrations going to help you track those really boring projects that you're assigned to? How can you keep track of the sprints that you're involved in? Well, let's deal with the integrations and see how you use MS Planner. As we know from using Microsoft Teams and other Microsoft products, there are many different ways which you can add or do or perform certain tasks. Adding in applications or connections to different functionality is of no exception. Now, to add in Microsoft Planner into a channel, you can click on the three dot ellipses, or you can add a tab. Now, for this, I'm typically going to use add a tab. We're going to select the Microsoft Planner icon, and this will add the Planner plugin to your particular channel. You'll be prompted then whether to create a new plan or to link to an existing plan that you have inside this team. Now, we haven't got any inside this team at the moment, so we're going to create a new plan. So keeping with the Game of Thrones theme, we're going to say Building the River Run Set. Click on Save. It's going to go off. It's going to spool around, and before you know it, you're presented with a blank plan. Now, to create your first plan couldn't be easier. You click on the plus, you type in the name of your particular planned item, so we're going to say Breaking Ground. We're going to type the date when we want it done by, completion date, and we're going to add the people who are going to be assigned to this particular task. So we've got the people who are currently the member or members of this particular team. Now, don't forget, membership currently is set at the team, not the channel. Now, with our people assigned, as you can see, we're assigning all the usual suspects. We then can click on Add Task, and that task will be created. Couldn't be simpler. Now, through any project, you're going to have to move a task from in progress to completed, or back from completed back to do or in progress. You're going to have to move things around, and you can do this with using the bucket system. Buckets can be displayed via bucket, via assigned task, for example, like this, which I think is quite a nice way to try and keep on track of your team, who has got what tasks open, via progress, which is my personal favorite. I can see instantaneously what tasks are not started, what are in progress, what are completed, and also by due date. What needs to be done by when? What needs to be done next week, and what needs to be done in the future. Now, I don't find that particularly very helpful, to be honest with you. Or you can do it via labels, and labels are also linked via a color-coded label that you assign to your particular tasks, and you can then also view them sort of like visually in the chart section, which we'll come on to a little bit later. My personal favorite is to do this by status. I like to see things organized via progress, for example. I find that the most conducive for me within MS Planner, especially using it within Microsoft Teams. I can see at a glance exactly what's going on. So as you can see, I've added a couple of tasks in there that would be indicative of breaking ground or building something or a movie set, very elementary. And you can drag and drop particular tasks from not started into in progress or indeed to completed. Now, you can also mark the green check icon to mark them as completed as well, and they'll instantaneously move into the completed section. You can also add labels, or you can then look at the progress and move things into progress with the drop down box as well. A little bit more granular if you like to go into each individual thing. If you make mistakes, you can move things back by clicking on the green icon in the completed section. That'll move it back into not started. Now, breaking a task down and adding checkboxes I find is fantastic and really helpful running any project by using Microsoft Planner. click on your particular task and look at the checkbox section. Here you're going to be allowed to then enter free text for certain items. So for example, plant machinery. Well, I've got to hire an excavator, I've got to hire a generator, I've got to hire a dozer, I've got to hire a digger. And each one of these particular sections is linked to a checkbox. And what you can also do there is show this on the front card of the task by clicking on the button Show on Card. This can give you a great at-a-glance representation of what you need to do. And also you can manipulate things directly on the card as well. So we've got all our particular checkboxes. You can see when you check on them, they get crossed out, should we say. And then there you go. We've got our checkboxes. You can see we've got several items on that one card in the middle that has been assigned. Now, at the moment, you can see I haven't displayed anything on that particular task box, and that's fine. You may want to display those tasks. Clicking on that display those tasks on that particular card will allow this. However, one thing to note, if you display the checkboxes, you cannot display a descriptive text as well. Okay, so here we got our construction workers tasks. So we're going to call manpower, we're going to show there's toilets on site. We're going to make sure we've got on-site catering, so people can have a good cup of coffee and all that sort of thing. Great, brilliant. So, show on card, there it is. You can see instantaneously it pops on the card. Great. If you then click on a description and put a description, which you can then call as best practice for any particular tasks, people to do the work, for example, and then we click on that to show on the card as well, it will negate showing the tasks. But with the tasks on this particular card, you can manipulate them by clicking them. They then disappear, and you can see how many tasks out of how many tasks you've assigned have been completed. So we'll just demonstrate this now, look. Show on card, there's our description, the task list goes. We've got a little icon at the bottom there saying how many tasks are there. Click off that. Click on Show Tasks, you can see the tasks then displayed, but one cancels out the other. And it's down to personal preference now as to which one you want to display, which is the most useful for you for portraying and servicing the information within MS Planner to you. And let's face it, it's all about saving time, especially in Microsoft Teams. Take a look at the chart section within Microsoft Planner, within Microsoft Teams. At the top, you see we've got the charts section. We've got board, we've been dealing with that. We've got charts. So charts will show you a visual representation of how many tasks are left, what's in progress, what's late, what's complete, what's missed past the date. You can see how many members have got, how many tasks are in progress, and you've got the task cards over here on the right hand side. A good visual representation. You can also modify the tasks by clicking on them from the chart view. You can also look at labels and select labels and deselect labels. You can also add start dates as you would from the main board view. I think this is a great way and great visual representation to show you exactly what's going on within your project. You've got the weeks, you've got months, you've got general views. I mean, it really is a schedule. So it is a month at a view. Okay, clicking on week gives you the daily view for that particular week and what's scheduled in there. So if you move over, you can see on Wednesday the 19th, we've got construction workers, gather props. You can click on that item, up brings the task card, which you can manipulate as well, add checklists, descriptions, etc, etc. Same for the month view. From the month view, you can click on individual items like plant machinery, and you can say, yes, I've hired a dozer. There you go. So a good sort of like view of the schedule here within Microsoft Planner. And I think it really does lend itself to Microsoft Teams. Thanks for watching this quick look at MS Planner and how to integrate it in with Microsoft Teams, a really good project tool. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and happy collaborating.